Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is HitokiriSingh, and today I just want to go over a few things about the canteen and the meals. Our friend ZMX here at Zero Faints requested that I do a video that explains all the meal options and so forth, and I thought it was a wonderful idea. And we got guys like, I don't know, our speedrunner friend Techo, who post, like 3-minute, 14-second runs of Alatreons with great swords and him on hunting horn, and doesn't call it the pie run for some reason. But he is still not quite sure what all this stuff does. So I want to take a minute here to explain everything that you're going to want to know about the canteen. This is a must for people that are looking to max their damage, and for people that are speedrunning that want to optimize their runs with meals. So let's get into all of that right now. Alright, now bear with me. This is going to be quite a bit of information because this process can seem a little complicated, but really at the end of the day there's only going to be a few skills and meals that you're going to want to make. But I'm going to go over everything you can possibly do with this, so here we go. First of all, you have several different ways to pay for your meals. The worst, I guess, are the money and the points, because you don't get the same skills as you do with the vouchers, the gourmet vouchers. The gourmet vouchers are the absolute best because you get all your maximum rewards with this, and this is what you farm from doing the Steamworks. Money is kind of the worst. Like, for example, I chose the money option. The chef's choice platter is acrobat, riser, sharpshooter, and defense up large. Whereas if I use my gourmet voucher, which is what I want to do, you get attack, boost large, slugger, bulldozer, generally better, more offensive meals. So I just wanted to go over that point. The other point I want to make in the beginning is, if you look at these skills, you see slugger, bulldozer, parting gift, or over here, for example, on my Fatalis set, I have acrobat, black belt, my Alatreon, I have black belt, groomer, and booster. Those white skills are your daily random skills, and there's some of those that you're always on the lookout. One of them is definitely Feline Booster. Feline Booster gives you an increase of 10% in your damage and defense, actually, but it's probably the best feline skill you could actually eat for, so always be looking for that. So let's describe what this entire process is. Let's start off with a custom platter. First of all, you're gonna have to unlock all your ingredients. I'm not gonna go over that in this video. There's plenty of other guides you can go to look into that, but once you have all your ingredients, this is kind of like a grid system. See, when you use your R1, L1, you cycle through these different types of food. So for example, this first red category on the top up here, this is going to give you basically your attack boost large. This is going to give you your elemental resistance. This is going to give you some other quality, but we'll go through all of them. So the first one is your reds. These are generally your meats. Let's try that again. If you hit your pad button, it'll tell you what these red skills are. So these skills that are red, blue, brown, purple, and orangish, I guess, these are the same depending on all these columns that you're in. They're all going to give you the same types of skills that you can eat for. And for the red, what this is feline polisher. See where it says on the bottom right, these are the red courage ones ×2. You eat 2 of these ingredients, you get polisher. What does that do? It speeds up your sharpening time. If you eat 4 of those, you get feline rider. Makes it easier to mount monsters. What does that do? For insect glaive, you can pretty much get an instant mount whenever you want to. If you eat for all 6 of these, you get a slugger. So any of your stun attacks, if your weapon has it, will get more stun damage to those attacks. So then we go down to these blues. What do they do? 2 of these gives you feline acrobats, allows a hunter to recover quickly when sent flying. This is really good against Fatalis. Any monster that has attacks that send you into these flying states, you can recover much quicker, and against Fatalis, that's the difference in carding and not many times. You have some other skills prevent you from getting knocked to your butt or Feline Moxie. This is a great one, for example, against Monkey or ATV. These are great skills to basically give you an extra cart. Instead of, if your health goes down to 0, you won't cart. You'll be able to get back up and heal yourself if you have time before taking any other damage. However, if you're, let's say, burning on fire or have bleed, that is still ticking away on you. So if you're against a monster with fire or blood, don't use this skill. It's a death trap. Let's see. The next one. This is Feline Riser. Greatly extends your invulnerability period when you're getting up, your iframes when you're getting up. It's handy, but it's not really necessary. You got other skills that can help. This is tremendous. Tremendous. Any weapon that is requiring stamina usage and management, like dual blades, bow, and to some extent like insect glaive or even longsword sometimes, reduces the stamina depletion when evading, blocking, or doing certain other actions. And usually those certain other actions are something really handy that your weapon does, like the sword and shield backstep, that kind of stuff. This is another good one. Greatly increases attack when health is dangerously low. For you guys doing heroic speedruns that don't want to use the heroics build, you want to use this heroics. I completely understand why you would. It's a wonderful skill when you're doing such things. Or if you just want to get a little freaky with your gameplay and go for a heroics build and try taking on a Teostra and see how it goes. You can really make some decent builds with this to make sure you don't really cart when you're at your bottom level of your health, but that's another video. This is a wonderful tree as well. Groomer is wonderful, halves the effect of durations of defense down and speeds up blight recovery. Great against Alatreon. It's kind of like having, if you have 2 blight resistance and this, it is so easy to get out of the blights and so quick to get out of the blights, such as Dragon Blight, or just rolling once to get out of burning. Medic is okay, but you kind of outgrow this. You won't need it once you have your health regen decent and your playstyle is pretty decent, so you're not getting hit too often, Specialist is wonderful for anyone that's going to be using status attacks, if you're going to use a paralyzed weapon, a sleep weapon, anything like that, a stun weapon. This is a really great aspect to add. Well, it's not for stun weapon. You're going to use Slugger for stun, but that's what this skill is going to be really helpful with, paralyzed sleep, that kind of stuff, And this last skill tree is Bombardier is pretty much the most important one. Pyro can be well, not Pyro really. Maybe Sharpshooter can be handy for some of you bowgun guys. I don't really play gun weapons, so I'm not sure. But Bombardier is really, really helpful for the gunner in a Fatalis fight. Dramatically increases. You can get up to 96 damage per shot with this. You get 100 shots of that. You land all those shots. That's 9,600 damage you did on Fatalis during the gun. So that's really, really helpful for speedrunners as well. So it's really, really handy to have. And that's basically what all these colors do. Regardless of what other row you go down, they're all going to have these until, yeah, pretty much all of them. Oh no, until you get to this final special tree. This tree at the very end is a special tree. We'll go into all of that. I'm gonna take a break and get something to drink. Let's cut this short and I'll make another clip. Alright, now that we know what these color-coded columns do, let's see what the R1, R2 columns do. This is basically your attack boost large column, this first red one on the top. So let's say I wanted to eat for Slugger. I am a great sword, I have a punishing draw on my weapon, or some kind of stun weapon, hunting horn, and I want Slugger. I'm going to eat for 6 of these. And as you can see, let's back up here. Alright, when I ate 2, it shows the skills on the right there. Feline Polisher, that's not the one I want. As I eat for 4, I get Feline Rider for the mounting. That's not the one I want. I want Slugger. Boom. This is going to be one of the very common ones you guys are going to eat for. Slugger, attack boost large. But now let's do this. Okay, let's say we go into another column. But I still want the Slugger, but let's just say for some reason I want whatever the skill is in this column. Oh, this is my defense up skill, which is going to be absolutely useless in Iceborne. It serves some purpose in base game. It's really noticeably, the effects are very noticeable. But that's basically what that column is for defense large. Never eat for that. I'm sorry, just don't eat for that. This one you might want to. This one is your elemental boost. So let's say we do slugger with my greatsword, and I want elemental resistance large. That's how you do that. So that's how you're going to make certain platters. You're going to mix certain ingredients. You're never really going to go for a different column. Let's say you're going to want attack boost large, so you're going to be in that top red column. You're going to want well, you're never going to want the defense boost, but if you ever did, that's the column for you. This green column is for your elemental resistance, and basically that's how you're going to eat for those. Attack boost large. Attack boost large is so important, guys. It's going to add 21 raw damage to these dual blades, or sorry, sword and shield build of mine, and that's one more than peak performance. You know, that's pretty huge. It's one of the biggest boosts you can eat. Feline booster is another. That increases 10% of your damage, and as we've discussed many times on this channel, percentages increase your damage so much more than anything that increases it by individual raw numbers. Like crit boost is a percentage increase, feline booster is a percentage increase. It's massive and it's immediately noticeable. So now with this information that I've just discussed, you can create, like here I have 6 pre-made custom platters, and here they are. So this build right here is for heroics. It's those brown ones, 4 of those, no, 6 of those. And I always want to leave, you can actually build, like, say 2 skills out of each tree, but then you wouldn't have any of these white, see where it says feline booster and bulldozers, those are the random daily skills. If you eat for 3 that you make yourself, you'll never have a chance of one of those daily skills to appear, and you always want that. So you're never going to eat for 3 that you make yourself. You're either going to eat for 1 or 2. This is heroics. This right here is the perfect Alatreon build. Feline black belt and feline groomer, feline booster. If you're ever going for a speed run solo, that's the exact meal you're going to want to eat. Fatalis, acrobat, like I discussed before, black belt, like we discussed before. If you happen to have booster right there, that's the perfect Fatalis speedrun solo attempt right there. This is my one for the insect glaive. Just on certain fights like Colv, I want to make sure I get them out instantly after the 2 headbangs, just to make sure that phase 1 happens as quickly as possible. I eat the rider, acrobat, and bulldoze, or whatever the daily skill is. Bombardier, this is perfect for Fatalis, like I said, gun lances, anybody using sticky ammo. This is the meal you want to eat. Attack boost large with this. And acrobat is not necessary, but this is a Fatalis setup because I want to use it for the gun. I don't really use too many of the weapons that require this. Some gun lance, but that's the setup for that. This is your slugger, what we just did, attack boost large. So basically that's what's happening. You're going to create these custom plates that are predominantly going to have attack boost large, because you're going to want that in several different variations, and then whatever skill you want to go with it, you just kind of create the platter that you want. And really that's about it. That's about it for these basic, not basic ones, but the standard ones for the meals. Let's go into the special meals now. Alright, so this is the special tree, and most of these skills are really handy when you're farming something specific. So this one has this green tree. Most of this is not necessary. Prevents knockbacks when carving. Don't really need that. This one's pretty good. Increases the number of research points you receive at the end of a quest. So if you're farming for research points, this would be handy. This one's not too bad either. Often increases the numbers of times you can carve. So for example, if you're farming Raging Brack for his Immortal Reactor, make sure you cut off his tail, people, so you get the extra carve. But sometimes you can get an extra carve with this often, really often. So that can help with that. This tree harvester is pretty good if you're needing to farm in the guiding lands. Those nodes reduces the times between gathering points and respawns, so that just helps everything respawn much quicker, and it's noticeable. So you're just running around from one node to the other instead of having to wait. It's really that noticeable. Increases the amount of zenny you receive at the end of quests. You don't really have to ever worry about this. You can sell off your stuff from hunts that are just only used for money. Just hit triangle when you're selling off stuff from your box, and you can do that. Lucky Cat is pretty good. Sometimes increases the number of reward items received at the end of quests. So if you're farming for something rare, or Valkana tickets, or something that you're really looking for in a quest, vest. This is pretty handy. Let's see what else we got here. Cleats, you're never really going to use this. Shortens cooldown times between specialized tools that can be used. I guess that's your mantles, but your tool maintenance is generally going to be up. Safeguard, this is wonderful. People eat this for Fatalis. Any monster that has a certain amount of carts for a condition, investigation you might be doing, 5 cards, something like that, you know. This basically gives you an extra cart. Your first cart just does not account against the feints that you get per mission. So if you have 3 feints and you cart once, it's still going to give you 3 more feints. Wonderful, and that does work with insurance, but just one. So one party member can eat safeguard, one party member can eat insurance, and now you have 2 extra carts on that mission. So for Fatalis, that's wonderful. And then if everyone eats from Moxie, well, you don't want to eat from Moxie against Fatalis, but if you got your fire resistance above 20, then you could if you wanted to, because then the fire wouldn't kill you. But you also need a cooling jewel, because that heat will kill you too. So, but anyways, what do we have here? Gardener, this is the same thing, reduces the time before certain endemic life reappears. So if you are looking to farm something like some kind of fish or something like that, that can be handy. Scavenger, oh yeah, this is good. I think for the bugs, if you need to catch bug parts, but you're never going to really use this. Zoomaster, this is the one that people are going to use. When you're trophy farming and you want all those rare animals, make sure you go into any session eating for Zoomaster. So if you need to catch the thing, you know, in the Hoarfrost Reach, or the lizards or the birds or whatever, the moles, well, no, the moles and the guiding lands are generally always there. But it makes all those things more likely to appear, so you definitely want to eat for that when you're farming for really super rare stuff. But that's just for you trophy hunters, you know. Really, that's about it. With these, you don't get like your attack boost large, anything like that. Tater mud. Get some tater mud on that plate. Way back, I just got transported back to Georgia there for a second. Okay, so let's say you eat for your 6 for whatever this is. You're not going to get like attack boost large. You'll still get all your health and your stamina, which you don't really need if you have Fatalis gear, but if you don't have Fatalis gear, then you still get that with your gourmet vouchers. By the way, that's why you always want to eat gourmet vouchers. You get max everything, health, stamina, palico, and all your food skills are now guaranteed. So this is why you want those gourmet vouchers. Anyways, let me go ahead and wrap up this video, and let me end this clip. Alright, so now let's actually eat our meal. Let's just say I'm going to solo Alatreon. And let's show you what my raw is before. It's 540. And with attack up large, we're going to do 561, I believe. Ate the meal, got all the perks. 561, 21 raw. That's significant, guys. That's very significant. Also, one other thing I want to test is I have booster, so I saved it before I ate this meal. So I'm actually gonna back out of the game and see if I can reload a save. So maybe I could, let's say you do a fight that doesn't go well. If you end the fight, it auto saves. So if you get the victory, it's gonna auto save. But let's just say you're mid fight and you want to abandon and see if you can save your booster. I don't know if you're gonna do that, but I'm gonna find out right now if we can. And we're back, and no, we can't save booster. So don't be like me. Don't waste your booster when you get it. Actually use it for something good. But, you know, all in the name of science. And really, that's about it for the video, guys. I just want to take a minute to do my normal call out for us to be kind and civil to each other online when we're gaming. It's just not, to me, the place for the racism, the sexism, the bullying. You know, just that kind of stuff doesn't belong in any true gamers hub. You know, we're all true gamers, the people that love this game and are interested in watching this video in the first place. And to be able to play with other true gamers without any of that nonsense has been a true joy for me, and that's what we extend to you in our gaming community. So come join us here at Zero Feints. There's going to be a link in the comments, and this is especially geared towards women gamers. Just noticed over the years the underrepresentation of women gamers in chats and forums and things like that, and even just we all know why. We all know the treatment, we all know what we hear, and it's terrible, and we don't allow that kind of stuff, whether it's based on like I said, race, sexual identity, anything like that. No one's gonna is gonna dog dog you for being you. We'll dog you because we're gonna like buddy dog you because we're gonna be friends and shit, you know. But we're not gonna dog you like that. So you can always have a home here for all you true gamers. Other than that, let's get Zoe in here with the intro or the outro.